Now, if you drive a car or bike, then you would know that apart from handling the active steering, there is another very important thing which we have to take very special care of. It is so important that if it is not in the right place, so the car neither runs well nor stands still. Yes, we are talking about shifting, which is a wonderful thing in itself. The bigger one is not allowed by the court, and the smaller one is not allowed to run. However, to overcome this problem, there is also a loan for a longer period of time, but still it is cleared there, although it has the convenience of not having to change the gear ourselves. But the question arises that how does all this happen? How do these two transmissions work? And then, why do vehicles start getting angry and making noise when the hair gets angry? So without wasting any time, let's start today's video and let us know what is the reason behind it. First of all, let us talk about that thing. According to you, automatic is common in both, which is transmission, which in simple words means to hand over or give. Then now the question arises that why is transmission needed in vehicles? Then here its need is something like that which is required for power engine. It is generated through the transmission and passes through the transmission before reaching the wheels of the vehicle, because the basic function of the transmission is to control the speed and torque of the vehicle in different driving conditions. For example, suppose you are driving on a hilly road. If you want to go, then your car will need more power, i.e. more power will be consumed. Then when you reduce the speed through transmission and give more torque, then your journey will be completed easily. Whereas when the demand for torque is less, then you will power the car through transmission. Similarly, when the vehicle is stopped, the transmission will disconnect the engine from the transmission so that the engine can remain inactive when not in first speed. Similarly, two questions make a top 100 equity expression 20% possible. And when the vehicle is in a consensus, again reduces pressure when running from the stomach. So manual transmissions have a clutch pedal and a paddle that the driver uses to change manual gears. These types of transmissions have a pair of fennel shares like shatter. This happens, which is called input and output soft. But now we have understood the transmission superficially. Now let us understand in a little tube how the manual transmission works. Then let us tell you that with manual transmission, the driver has to set the right gear. There is a flywheel and a clutch on the transmission to connect and disconnect the engine from the transmission. The flywheel and the pressure plate are connected to the engine, and the clutch is sandwiched between them. The transmission is connected to the input shaft. This means that whenever you have to clear or shift, you have to first engage the clutch. By the way, let us tell you that manual transmission basically works on the principle of gear ratios. Hence, there are many types of manual transmission spokes. Like sliding match transmit, here there are three types of clean input: fennel, output clean, and account ashraf. Input and output shops are connected through counter shop. Hence, the passion siding is visible. We can keep the transmission pressure aside and improve it. Hence this type of transmission. We call it sliding match transmission. It is very powerful in speed control, but it also has some disadvantages, like going from one tree to another village. It is quite tricky, and also has a lot of noise and complex too. There is another manual transmission which is also called NICE, or non-secure transmission. This type of transmission was used in trucks in the early 60s because this transmission used to be very strong. This type of transmission is dual clutch transmission. Now seems to be working properly. It has two clutches. One clutch operates even gear, i.e. 214 and 6, while the other clutch operates gear 135 and reverse. However, this system is similar to the earlier one. It was seen in old cars, but nowadays it is also seen in modern dress cars. Today's dual clutch automated manual transmission SCORE is also called double clutch transmission as well as quick clutch transmission. In this, the computer differentiates between manual and automatic transmission. Bridging the gap, the clutch controls engagement and shifting, but there is another type of match transmission which is much easier, which we call content match transmission. In this, the transmission keeps moving all the hairs continuously towards the drive and the transmission cluster. In this type of transmission, pads are used to slow down the clearance, so it eliminates the need for double-clicking action. Here, the gears are always in match, but at a reasonable distance, due to which there is less friction which occurs in the output gates. They are connected to the Lootly shop, meaning if we connect you with only one request at a time, then the shop will also have the speed of the connected rate. Well, this is after the manual transmission. Now let us understand how the automatic transmission works, and how is it different from manual. Now, as the name suggests, all this work is automatic, so it is clear that the driver remains basic here, and one does not have to face the hassle of changing it again and again, hence especially for new drivers. Automatic cars are better for new car drivers learning to drive because the process that powers the manual transmission takes place within the transmission itself, which is why clutch is not used in automatic transmission. Transmission depends on the converter to change gear. It has sensors, which automatically indicate from the speed and PM whether to change gear or not. Although there is a gear lever, but it is not clear, but the drive reports in neutral and stopping mode. Used to go, hence in long drives, and the drama transmission makes the driving experience even better. That is why you must have noticed that now the trend of automatic gearbox has increased as it makes the drive in heavy traffic. Makes it easy, but despite many features, it also has some shortcomings, like maintenance of gram-chick transmission is more expensive as compared to manual gearbox, which is clearly visible during service. However, the gear can be increased or decreased as per your wish. It also has the disadvantage that suddenly there is difficulty in overtaking the car, whereas you can do it as per your wish, and this can further increase the sourness. Well, friends, our aim was only to tell you what is the difference between manual and automatic and how it works. Which car you buy depends on your budget, but do tell us in the comment box which Vika's mission you like the most. Also, do share it with car lovers. And yes, you can like this video, and if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, do so immediately, and also press the bell icon so that our notifications reach you as soon as possible.